Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to use Instagram to build your business and actually make money. Well, I've built 2 businesses using Instagram, generated millions of dollars, almost have generated like close to 2 million followers at the time of recording this video. And I've been on Instagram for a while using it to build businesses. I've helped many friends build businesses. We've helped hundreds, if not thousands of students that have used our Instagram training to rapidly grow their business. So there's a ton that I can teach you, and I'm really, really excited to share it with you on this video. So the first part of using Instagram to make money to grow your business is probably contrary to your belief. It doesn't work for every single kind of business. So I just want to be really clear here before we even get into the juicy meat and potatoes, like what kind of business do you have? I've found from my experience, the best businesses that work using Instagram as a channel to rapidly grow it and generate sales is B2C. B2C businesses that are have an extremely visual product. So e-commerce products work very, very well. Local businesses, which are cafes, restaurants, so they are service-based businesses that have a visual product, or there's a visual experience. So that could be a hair salon, that could be a cafe, that could be a restaurant, it could be even a teeth whitening, teeth whitening service where you can actually show visually what the experience that person gets or what the product is that that person gets. I think that's the biggest thing. So if you have, let's just say, a B2B SaaS company and you're selling software, I think it's very difficult to get a lot of traction on Instagram because it's hard to see. And Instagram's a very, very visual platform. You're either going to be posting photos or videos. So what it really comes down to is what is it your product does, or what is it your service does, and what's the end result that the customer gets, and can you capture that on video or photo? Maybe, like as an example, I talked about a SaaS, a software company. If you have a company like Canva, which is graphic design software, or you're a graphic designer, that's a visual experience that you're giving somebody. So they can you can post that. So yes, Instagram would work for you. I hope that really clears away whether you should be investing your time to use Instagram to build your business and generate money. So you might be watching this and you actually don't have a business yet. You might just have a personal brand. You can use your personal brand to build up, your personal brand business and make money, but it comes down to how you're going to serve that person, whether it's visually through products, whether it's visually through services. Even if you can go one-to-one, that is important and it can be done as well. I just wanted to square that away as well. If you have a personal brand, you can still use Instagram to make money, but it just comes down to if you have a business already or if you have a personal brand, like what are you going to do to showcase that visually, or the videos, what are you going to shoot to showcase the customers, what they're going to get and actually be able to sell. So the next thing is, once you've worked out if your business or your personal brand, you can, it's worth spending your time there, then the next thing you want to be doing is focusing on consistency. You've just got to get, I think consistency, posting and producing consistent content for your Instagram page, on Instagram stories and your feed, is just like building the foundations for any house. If you want to build a house that doesn't fall over, you need solid foundations. Solid foundations to me is being consistent with your content creation and your content posting. And I've found from my experience, that's the reason why, the Foundr account grows 1,000 to 2,000 followers a day, because we have never missed a day of posting. We are posting quite a few times a day, every single day, relentlessly. Same with the Healthish account. We post at least 2 times per day, every single day, and it compounds over time. Because all of these social media platforms, They want to showcase users' content that is actually being consistently posted all the time. And they want to keep users on the platform. So if you're a content creator, if you post consistently, then the algorithm and that platform will naturally is going to want to serve your content to your audience and your followers more often than somebody that hardly ever posts, because they want to make people stick. So that's really, really important. You have to post consistently. First and foremost, you will not make a cent if you do not have a consistent posting strategy and a consistent strategy for producing great content over time. So when it comes to consistency, I'm actually going to also show you an example here on the screen, which we'll pull up now. But basically, we use this tool called Social Blade to track the growth of any Instagram account, our account included. And as you can see, we are posting consistently every single day. And as you can see, we've found that the more we post personally, the faster we grow. So you can see consistently every single day we're posting, and that is compounded time over time. So I just wanted to share that with you to show you that every single fast-growing Instagram account that is making money, they're building their business, they're posting consistently, and it's one of the biggest things that I've seen that hurts people when they say, oh, I tried using Instagram to grow my business and it doesn't work. The next thing you want to be doing is using this concept around value versus selling. So from my experience, when it comes to generating sales on Instagram and then also building goodwill throughout the sales process, you have to have this fine balance between posting photos or posting videos around your product or your service, selling, asking for the sale, versus providing value and just, let's just say posting value-based content, whatever that is. So from my experience, whatever you train your audience to expect when they first follow you, that's what they will expect forever. And if you post something that is like sales-based, so as an example, let's just say you wanted to build your Instagram account, you have a personal brand, and every day you post quotes, let's just say as an example. If you posted motivational quotes every single day and you've done it forever, and then all of a sudden, 1 year later, you post a video around, hey, I've got this new training that I'm selling and it's you, your audience won't expect it, they will not be trained for it, and it will do very, very badly. And people will not respond the way that you want them to respond. However, if you take it the other flip side, and let's just say you have an e-commerce business, and let's just say you're consistently posting photos of your product, people will get weighed down from you just constantly posting photos of go buy this product, go buy this product, go buy this product. Now, that definitely works, don't get me wrong, but it's a fine balance. So what you want to be thinking about is to generate sales on Instagram, you have to be selling. But to generate even more sales on Instagram, you have to build goodwill and provide value to people. So as an example, I'll actually pull this up here on the screen because one of my friends, Jake McKeon, who runs a company called Coconut Bowls, he does an incredible job at selling on his Instagram account, generates millions of dollars every single year, and he does a combination of selling but also providing value. So let's just pull up his account now for his company, Coconut Bowls. And you can see right now, he has a photo of somebody using the product, which is the coconut bowl, but then he's got, who else loves a green bowl for their breakfast? This is a blend of frozen banana, matcha powder, hemp seed, frozen strawberries, flax seeds, and dates, topped with granola, lupin yogurt, puffed amaranth, don't even know what that is, grapes, and pitaya by Eats Buys. So he's educating people on what a healthy smoothie bowl looks like. So see how he's integrating some value into the sales process? And I think that's really, really powerful. Sometimes, you know, he posts like this one, the coconut industry in Vietnam is booming. Unfortunately, an enormous number of shells are discarded as waste as a byproduct. Not only do we work to reduce waste by reclaiming shells and turning them into 100% natural and eco-friendly bowls, we also provide poor coconut farmers with another stream of income. So he's providing value in the sense of educating people around the problem that these guys are trying to solve with their product. And then he also talks about recipes and all sorts of things. You know, they even see this one here right now, you can see here on the screen, he's actually got the actual recipe to how to do a smoothie. So see how he's facilitating goodwill without the sales process? This is the best way to provide value on Instagram. Always where you can, sell your product, but always mix it up. It's a fine scale that you want to balance. And I've found from my experience, you want to set the expectation that if somebody's following your product, you've got a product to sell. If someone's following your service, you've got a service to sell, and it's going to provide them an incredible amount of value if they sign up. But if they don't anyways, they're going to enjoy following your account because you're going to be educating them, providing them value in other ways, shapes, or forms because you're serving a certain kind of audience, niche, or market. So the next really important, powerful tip that I have for you is the power of UGC, and that's short for user-generated content. Now, when I think about UGC, I think about you really want everyday people like you or I using your product or service and showing that they have an incredible experience. I've found from my experience, those are the best images or videos that convert when it comes to asking for a sale, and it compounds over time. So if you have a lot of UGC, like user-generated content coming through all the time that you're constantly posting on your feed, you're constantly posting on your stories, it just shows this social proof element when it comes to influence and selling that, wow, everybody's using this product or service. Wow, everybody is going here, getting that haircut with this particular company. Wow, I've got to check this out. I'm missing out here. What is this thing? So that's where, you know, I think it's really, really powerful to generate sales on Instagram. So I'm just going to pull up some examples because the best way to show it is just show you what kind of UGC I'm talking about. And then I'm going to tell you some strategies on actually how to generate and collect and get UGC. So as an example, if we go, for example, to the Foundr account, like right now, we actually have some UGC content. If we go to the Foundr account and we type in Foundr V1 and we look for the hashtag Foundr V1, you can see there's over 600 posts of people with our coffee table physical book, which you might see all the way in the background there. So pretty much, you know, this is somebody that's bought our book and they share what their honest feedback is of buying the product and what they like about it and even what they don't like. So what's really cool here is this person, Logo Inspirations, and it looks like he has he has over 1 million followers. He bought this book and actually did a post about it and how much he loves it, which is incredibly powerful to promote our brand and generate us sales, which we'll talk about more in the future, influencer marketing. But the real power here is the content, because we can take that photo and we can actually post it on our feed, and we can start to build this story, or like on our Instagram stories or even on our feed, that this is what we sell. And everyday people like you or I are buying this product and they're loving it. And we can actually take his caption and even just insert quotes, like, you know, direct quotes and say, hey, this is Logo Inspirations thought on the Foundr V1 book. That's just one example. We can do this. We do this with the magazine as well, with the Branson edition. But the key part to take away is you want as many people as you can you having photos of them using the product or service. It's very, very powerful from a sales perspective. Let's just go to another account, for example, someone that we interviewed that's doing really, really well for Foundr magazine is the founders of Pura Vida. So if we go to Pura Vida, they have 1.8 million followers. See how they use videos to tell a story, but it's like UGC content showing everyday people or models, or models aren't everyday people, but people like you or I, like using the product. As you can see, you know, this photo here that I'm pulling up here on the screen, you know, it's just showing like a third eye view of what the bracelet looks like, and somebody's using it. Someone's obviously loving it, right? So this is how you want to be using UGC. Now, I'm going to show you also some service-based businesses, because you might be thinking, oh, well, that's great, Nathan. I don't have a physical product. How does that relate to me? So here's an example of a barber, actually in Melbourne. We're shooting right now in New York, but in Melbourne, that have incredible UGC. So this is King's Domain Barbers, and see how they've got people getting their haircut, right? And they've got all these awesome photos of people getting their haircuts, and they've got people getting their haircut, you know, every day. And like, look how awesome these haircuts look, right? Like, so this starts to build this story that, okay, this is an incredible place. Okay, these guys do amazing haircuts. I want to eventually check this out. I'm going to follow these guys. And just remember, just because if somebody follows you and they don't buy straight away, that's more of a reason that you need to keep consistently posting and mixing in value-based content with UGC and sales-based content, which is very, very powerful. So here's an example of something that we do at Foundr for like our magazine. So when you get the magazine in the mail, like the Branson edition, we have this little card, right? Like this little pamphlet that every person gets, right? And you know, it's got a little quote about talking to our audience, something that will resonate with them. But then we say at the bottom, you might be able to see here, it's like, make sure that you share a photo with the hashtag I am a founder to, you know, win something. This one actually, make sure you share a pic with the magazine on Instagram or Facebook and use the hashtag I'm a founder to show you're a part of the Foundr family. So we're not even incentivizing this. For some of our other products, we actually incentivize, and we say, hey, you know, make sure you post a photo of yourself with the product, and if you do, we might shout you out on Instagram, or we might give you a free product, or we might give you a discount or a coupon. So if you have a physical product, it's very, very powerful to have a little pamphlet like that and actually ask people to create that content for you, and then get them to use a specific hashtag so then you can go and find it. Very, very powerful. So the last thing that I wanted to share with you guys is using influencers to rapidly grow your business and generate sales. Now, this particular tip, from my experience, by far is the most effective thing to scale up your Instagram growth, to scale up the sales that you generate really, really largely. So as an example, for Foundr, we don't use influencers anymore, but in the early days we did. And if you look like at Healthish right now, we use influencers all the time. And what we do is there's a few different ways to work with influencers. And I think that's where we probably should start. So the first way that you can work with influencers is doing what's called a product for post. Now, what that is essentially you will send an influencer, whether it's a micro influencer or a macro influencer, which I will talk about in a different video. Make sure you check that out. Where basically what you want to do is you send them the product in exchange for content or a post. And that's extremely powerful because you can get that person to go out and promote your product to their followers and to their audience. But that's just one way you can do it. The second way you can do it is you can just pay them. And that's what a lot of people do, and that's how a lot of people fail. So I actually propose something else, which is start really, really slow. If you can, do product for post or even a service for post. So let's just say you have a local restaurant or a cafe, invite that person in to dine for free and in exchange get the content. Because remember in the the last point I gave you, it's all about that UGC content. The more that you can use that UGC content, put it in your ads, put it in your stories, put it on your feed, and really start to build up this kind of presence on your feed and this picture on your feed that everyone's using your product, everyone's using your service. You've got to get it. People are loving it. It's really, really powerful to generate sales. So what I propose for if you want to work with influencers, start really, really small. Do a little bit of like product or service for post and just see what happens. And then test which ones are absolutely crushing it. You might work with somebody that only has, let's just say, 30,000 followers, and then you see it, they post, and your sales explode. Well, if you see that, then you're going to want to pay them again, right? And that's really powerful. But just remember, when you're paying influencers, there is a diminishing return. So from my experience, when it comes to working with influencers, like you can work with them once, twice, but it's never as effective as the first time, because every influencer has their core tribe, their core fans that will really, really trust what is recommended. But then after that, it just is a sliding scale that goes down. So the trick is to do a combination of working with influencers where you give them product or service for free and you get that content, and then every now and then you pay some of those guys or you try and find other ones to pay. And that's how you can rapidly grow your follower base, because then not all of those people will buy straight away that start following you guys. But what will happen is if somebody follows you, then over time you use that UGC content to keep promoting your product. And they're like, oh yeah, geez, I haven't got this water bottle yet. I need to go and get it. Oh, I need to get that Branson edition from Foundr. So that's how it works. It compounds over time, which is very, very powerful. You're probably wondering, when it comes to working with influencers, like how do you know which ones to work with? Well, from my experience, the best ones to work with are the ones that have a YouTube channel, because they have a much stronger relationship with their audience. Find influencers that do a lot of video stuff. I've found from also experience that the influencers or the companies or brands that do more video stuff, it just builds so much more trust. They have a much stronger relationship with their audience. So it's really hard to say how much you should pay, but a rough guideline is if there's an influencer with, let's just say, 20 to 30,000 followers, maybe you might spend $100. If there's an influencer with, let's just say, a few 100,000 followers, maybe you might be looking in the thousands of dollars. If you're looking at influencers in the millions, then maybe you might be looking in the thousands, maybe the tens of thousands, so high thousands, low tens of thousands. It really does depend, and it really does depend on what you're prepared to spend to get that return. A good little trick and hack is, if you do want to pay an influencer, ask them for their Instagram analytics, their Instagram insights, because that's what's going to tell you how engaged that audience is. Let's just say most of your audience and the people that usually buy your product are in America, and then you ask to see the Instagram analytics from that influencer that you're looking to pay, and you can see that majority of their following is in South America, India, and Southeast Asia, then, all of Southeast Asia, then probably it's not going to be a fit, but they might have a lot of followers. So these are the kinds of things that you need to be looking for when it comes to really making sure, if you do pay an influencer, that you get that bang for buck. I also want to tell you a story when it comes to working with influencers that's, I think, a really powerful story. So I interviewed the founders of HiSmile a couple of years ago, and they've worked with like Kylie Jenner, Conor McGregor, I think a lot of the Kardashians and a lot of famous people, and they've spent a significant amount of money working with the influencer that's got tens of millions of followers. And I asked them, like, why did you do that? Did you get a return? And they said to me, well, Nathan, we're actually less concerned about the return and more concerned about the relationship we build and getting that piece of content. Because if they can use the photo of Kylie Jenner using the teeth whitening kit, using it in their ads, using it on the homepage of their website, using it every now and then in an Instagram post, that just instantly builds trust. And that will, like, I keep saying the word compound, but that will just pay serious returns, because every time you look at all the other different teeth whitening kits, it's like, oh, well, if Kylie Jenner rates them, then these guys must be legit. You see where I'm going with this? So that's a really, really good way to think about when it comes to influencer marketing. It's not always to get that direct return. That return comes back over time. And if you work with many different influencers, it compounds over time. But it's also about the content that you get from that influencer. Hey guys, so those are my tips for how to use Instagram to build your business and make money. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you check out our other videos. I do post a few others on Instagram and how to grow your Instagram and all sorts of things. We interview some of the greatest entrepreneurs of our generation on this channel. So make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the bell to be notified when a new video comes out. We post regular content every single week to help you build and grow a successful business. And also leave a comment below, because I'd love to hear what you thought of this video, and let me know how these strategies are going. We try and respond to every single comment that we can, and also make sure you give this video a thumbs up so we know that you enjoyed this and we can make more videos like this. All right guys, I'll see you in another video.
The Foundr mission is to help you create an ass-kicking business and help you learn straight from the mouths of world-class founders. Get your free printed edition of Foundr magazine featuring Sir Richard Branson. Just cover shipping and handling at foundr.com/Branson.